It's 2 a.m. and your phone lights up. You're already reaching for it. It's your friend, she's spiraling about him again, and you're up, because you're always up. You're the one everybody texts when it's bad, the one who shows up, the one with the right thing to say. So here's a question. Some of these people, when's the last time they checked on you? Not, haha, you good, in the group chat. Actually checked. You went quiet, didn't you? Because somewhere in you already knows the answer. A few of them don't really call you because they love you. They call you because you're useful. You're not their friend. You're their fix. And you let it happen. Every single time. Because there's a quiet little fear you don't say out loud, that if you ever said no, if you ever stopped being the one who handles it, they'd have no reason left to stick around. But here's the part that's going to land worse than any of that. Nobody did this to you. Nobody trapped you in the helper seat. You picked it. You're still picking it. You picked it tonight at 2 a.m. when you answered and didn't say one word about your own day. They're not using you. You're handing it to them. And in a minute, you're going to see exactly what you get for it. So before you go blaming the people who lean on you, stay with me. Because this isn't about them. It was never about them. It's about the thing in you that needs them to need you. But first, let's be straight. Because this only works if I'm honest with you the whole way through. You're good at this. You're not faking it. When your friend calls crying, you actually care. You genuinely want them okay. It's not some act you put on to look nice. You remember the thing they were scared about and you text the morning of to say good luck. You hear the change in someone's voice before they've even said what's wrong. You're the one who reads the message before they send it to the guy who keeps leaving them on red. You bring the snacks. You give up the good seat. Rooms are calmer when you walk in. That's real. And I'm not taking it from you. Keep it. Everything I'm about to say sits right next to that, not on top of it. Now, watch what you actually do, because you run the same handful of moves on a loop, and you've never once caught yourself doing a single one of them. Someone asks how you're doing, and the word good is out of your mouth before they've even finished the question. You don't decide to say it. It just falls out, automatic, like a reflex. I'm good. I'm fine. All good. 3 words you've said 10,000 times and meant maybe 4. Or you do the flip. Someone gets close, someone asks you something real, and you turn it right back on them. No, wait, forget me. How are you? You've had such a week. And you do it so smooth, so warm, that they never feel the door shut. They walk off thinking what a good talk that was, what a good friend you are, with no idea you just spent the whole conversation making sure it was never about you. You get the spotlight off yourself, and nobody ever sees the trick. And when something's actually wrong, when it's real, when it's bad, when you got the news or the breakup or the rejection and you're barely holding it together, you let it out sideways. A joke in the group chat. LOL, barely surviving this week, send snacks and prayers. And everyone laughs and hearts it because obviously you're fine, you're always fine, you're the one who's fine. You said the truest thing you felt in a month, and you made absolutely sure nobody could hear it as true. You told them and protected them from understanding you in the same breath. That's not an accident. You're too good at it for it to be an accident. So look at what we've got. You ask everyone how they really are. Nobody gets to ask you. You hold space for everybody. Nobody holds it for you. You know everyone's business, their fears, their drama, the situationship, what's keeping them up. And the people closest to you, if you're honest, couldn't name one real thing you're struggling with right now. Not because they don't love you, because you've never let them find out. And it's not one friend, one group, one season of your life. It's everywhere. It's the whole shape of how you do people. Let me walk you through it. Look at who's actually around you. There's the friend who only ever surfaces when it's bad, paragraphs at midnight when they're falling apart, then weeks of silence, and you've never once said, "Hey, you only come around when you need something." You just pick up. Every time. There's somebody in your family you became the steady one for way before you were old enough to be steady about anything. The one who calmed everyone down, who absorbed it, who kept the peace, and somewhere in there, keep everyone else from falling apart, quietly turned into your actual job, and nobody ever told you that you were allowed to put it down. And maybe there's someone you're with, or someone you used to be with, who put their whole weight on you and somehow you never got to lean back, not once, and you told yourself that was love. That being needed that hard was the love. So name it for me. 10 people who'd call you tonight if their life fell apart. Easy. You could list them in 5 seconds. Now, name the one you'd call. Not text, call. 3 a.m., no plan, voice shaking. I'm not okay, can you come over? You went quiet again. And it's not that there's nobody. That's the thing. There probably is somebody. It's that the second you actually pictured doing it, something in your chest shut. Picturing yourself falling apart in front of a person feels physically worse than just carrying it alone. So you carry it alone. And you've carried it alone so long you don't even feel the weight anymore. It's just normal. It's just what your shoulders are for. You'd genuinely rather white-knuckle through your worst night by yourself than make one phone call. Because the phone call means being seen needing something, and being seen needing something is the one thing you've built your whole life around dodging. Now, here's where it gets sharp. Watch what you do the rare times someone turns it on you. Someone good, someone actually paying attention, looks at you and goes, "Hey, are you okay?" For real. Not the group chat version. And what do? You deflect it in under a second. You laugh. "Oh my God, I'm fine, you're so sweet." You take their care and hand it straight back to them. It almost feels like an insult, somebody worrying about you, like they caught you slipping, like the mask dropped for half a second, and now you've got to get it back up before they see anything. You end up reassuring them. You make the person who tried to check on you feel good about it, so the checking stops. Read that back. Somebody tried to be there for you and you put it out like a small fire. That's how foreign being cared for is to you. You treat it like a threat. And underneath all of it, if you go quiet enough to actually feel it, there's the tired. Not sleepy tired. The other kind. The kind more giving doesn't fix, the kind that's still sitting there in the morning. And under the tired is a thing you're not allowed to feel, so you shove it down every time it surfaces. You keep score. You do. You know exactly who didn't show up for you the way you'd have shown up for them in a heartbeat. The birthday that got a one-line text. The "how'd it go?" that never came after the thing you were terrified about. You'd be horrified if anyone knew you counted. The helper isn't supposed to count. The helper gives freely. That's the whole brand. But you count. There's a quiet resentment sitting in you, and it scares you because it doesn't fit the story where you're just a generous person who loves to give. People who actually give freely don't keep a ledger. You keep a ledger. Sit with that gap for a second, the gap between the story and the ledger. We're getting to what's in it, and it shows up in who you fall for, and this is the one you really don't want to look at, so look at it. You go for the ones who are a little bit broken. The project. The one who's going through it. The one with potential who just needs somebody to believe in them hard enough. The bit of a mess who needs saving. And it feels like the realest love you've ever felt. Because they need you so much. Because you're so necessary. Because without you, they'd fall apart. And being that necessary feels incredible. But then watch what happens when someone steady shows up. Someone with their own life handled. Someone who likes you, texts back when they say they will, doesn't need fixing, doesn't need saving, just wants you. And instead of feeling safe, you feel bored, flat, a little suspicious. This is too easy. What's the catch? You start drifting. You call them boring. They're not boring. They're just the first person who didn't hand you a job to do, and you have no idea who you even are to someone who isn't drowning. You only know how to be loved by being needed. So when love shows up not needing anything, you don't recognize it, and you let it walk. That's not bad luck spread across all those people. That's not your personality. That consistent across that many situations, that's a choice you keep making. You just made it so long ago, so many times, it stopped feeling like a choice. So here, this is the part you've been calling by the wrong name your whole life. You think this is you being a good person. The dependable one, the strong one, the one who's just wired to give. And earlier I told you you picked this. but I don't think you've understood what you picked yet. Because this whole thing, the helping, the showing up, the always being fine, it's the smartest wall a person has ever built. And the reason it's worked your entire life, the reason not one person has ever called it, is that it doesn't look like a wall. It looks like love. It looks like the exact opposite of a wall. Think about what you're really doing. You let everyone all the way in. Your time, your energy, your sleep, your 2 a.m., your full attention, door wide open, come in, take whatever you need. There's always more. And while they're standing in there grateful, getting fed and helped and held, not one of them notices there's a room in the back you never open. Ever. The one with the actual you in it. The tired one, the scared one, the unsure one, the one who needs things and doesn't have it handled. They've never met that person. They don't know that person exists. They met the helper. They love the helper. And you let them love the helper. You feed it, because as long as they're loving the helper, they can never get close enough to find the one in the back room and decide they don't want them. That's the trade. That's what you actually picked. Being needed feels almost exactly like being loved, close enough that somewhere back there you stop checking the difference. And being needed is safe. So much safer. Because if people need you, they can't leave you. You've made yourself the one holding up the ceiling, and who walks out on the person holding up the ceiling. And as long as you're the strong one, nobody ever finds out you're not. So you get all of it, all the closeness, all the love, all the people, all the gratitude, and you take on exactly zero of the risk of being actually seen. You run the whole thing. You decide how much of you anyone gets, and the answer is always a lot, but never that. So they're full, they're satisfied. They never go looking for the room you keep locked. That's the payoff. That's the thing you get that you've never once admitted you're collecting. It's not that something's wrong with you. It's the opposite. You found a way to be loved with the risk taken all the way out, and it works. And it's been quietly running your life since before you can remember. And honestly, it makes sense. Of course it does. Somewhere back there, being the one who needed things didn't go well for you. You reached out, once or twice or for years, and it didn't get met, or it got used against you, or it just taught you that your needs made the people you love tired, and being the one who gives, that never let you down. Giving always worked. Giving got you kept, so of course, you went all the way toward the thing that doesn't hurt and all the way from the thing that did. Anyone would. I would. That's not weakness. That's somebody being smart with the hand they got dealt. I'm not asking you to be ashamed of it. It kept you safe. It's still trying to. But you already feel it not working anymore. That's the real reason you're still here, still listening, haven't closed this. Because being needed used to fill it, and now it just, doesn't. You can pour out everything you've got, a whole day of fixing and listening and showing up and carrying other people's weight, and still drive home at night completely empty. And you can't work out why, because look how much love is around you. Look how many people you've got. Look how woven into everyone's life you are. But the one thing you actually want, the thing sitting under all of it, for one person to see the tired, not okay version of you and stay anyway, you've made that impossible to get. You can't get caught if you never let anyone close enough to catch you. You can't get held if you never put anything down. You built the perfect machine for collecting love, and the same machine makes the one kind you're starving for impossible to receive. That's not bad luck. That's the design. And you're the one who drew it up. And here's the part that actually gets worse instead of better. It gets quieter as you get older. The friends start pairing off. They settle down. They get their person, somebody who holds them. And you're glad for them. You genuinely are. But you start to notice you're still the one everybody calls when it's bad. And you've slowly become the one nobody checks on when it's quiet. Why would they? You're fine. You're always fine. You're the one who's fine. You taught everyone that lesson so well for so long that now on your worst night, the thought of texting somebody, "Hey, I'm actually not okay," feels almost embarrassing. Like you'd be breaking a rule, like you'd be turning into the exact burden you spent your whole life making sure you'd never be. You trained the entire world to never worry about you, and it worked. And now you're standing in the middle of a life full of people who love you, completely alone, holding something you won't let anyone help you carry. And the loneliness isn't happening to you. You keep it locked. Every "I'm good," every flip, every time you go quiet about your own day so theirs can have the room. So I'm going to say the thing that people in your life are too grateful to say to you. Stop calling it kindness. It's the realest thing about you and the most defended thing about you at the exact same time. And the day you let one person, just one, see you when you're actually not okay, you're going to find something out fast. You're going to find out which people were here for you and which ones were just here for what you do for them. I know that's the exact thing you've spent your whole life avoiding finding out. But that answer, who's still standing there when you've got nothing left to give them, that's the only thing that will ever tell you who actually loves you. You can't learn it while you're still useful. You only find out by putting something down and seeing who stays. So if you're the one everybody calls, drop one word in the comments, first thing that comes to you. I want to see how many of you are out here carrying everyone, reading this at 2 a.m., fine as always. And if you're tired of being the strong one, stick around. This whole channel is just the stuff nobody's ever had the nerve to say to you out loud.